Hi guys, I'm here to do Gemini reading for December 2022. I want to focus on love, but anything that comes up I will speak to it and we'll get real specific with you and your person, depending on what sign you are dealing with a Gemini. This is for December 2022 or whenever it finds you. Thank you for being here with me. Hope you're having a good night. My name is Molly, for those of you who don't know me. I am a life coach. I am also a licensed psychic artist. I do dream interpretations, energy healings. I'm a reconciliation specialist, as well as I have an educational background in psychology. And lately I've been studying about attachment theory. So a lot of things I can talk about with you. There's information on how to contact me in the description box below. So let's get started. Thank you again for being here with me. So Gemini, December 2022. Let's see what we have. All right. So, I was starting these readings back up again, and I realized that mostly these are for people who are in separation or who have a problem in their relationship. So I'm going to kind of focus on that. Well, let's just see what comes up. You may very well be single and don't care to find anyone, or you may, anything could apply. You just, you are single and you're looking around to meet someone. Let's just see what we get. So Gemini, you and your person, but we're kind of open with the whole focus. December 2022. Let's shuffle one more time. Hope you guys have had a good day. All right, let's see what we get. All right, the Page of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, the World, Three of Swords reversed, the Hierophant reversed, the Ten of Swords reversed, the Knight of Pentacles, the Emperor, the Star, and the Six of Pentacles reversed. Okay, Gemini. So I think that, we're looking at an energy of messages coming in, messages having to do with career, money, good things, and possibly from your person if you're in separation and waiting for something like that. Or alternatively, you may reach out to them. We do have the Seven of Pentacles here, so I think that there has been, either in your career or love life or both, a lot of work with only a little to show for it. That's our patience card. You need to be patient. The next card you have, though, is the World. So we are talking about the fixed sign energies, particularly Aquarius. I have Aquarius here with the Star, and Taurus here with the Hierophant reverse, but it could be any sign. Leo and Scorpio is also focused on here with this card, the World. It does talk about you. It's almost like a major arcana wish card. So whatever it is, you're waiting for, just be patient. Even if you have very little to show for all your hard work and your patience, it's definitely going to pay off here with the World card. You will probably be starting a new cycle with something, okay? A whole new cycle, whole new year. What I get for Geminis is, starting early. I think we like to start things early, so rather than New Year's resolutions, we're doing things December 1st, and I think that's going to be a good energy to be in here in December. We do have the Three of Swords reversed. That energy is leaving, and on top of it, this being the heartbreak card, the classic cheating card, you may or may not have been in a third-party situation, that energy is leaving. So if you were disappointed by a situation like this, I think the heartbreak is long past, you're past it long ago due to the fact that it's reversed, so it's not quite as stinging as when it's in the upright, and the energy is leaving the situation. I would say if that's your situation, any sort of heartbreak, any sort of negativity, excuse me, I can't talk tonight, any sort of negativity or something that you don't want, just let it go. Don't focus on it. If you focus on it, of course, you have the power to carry it over through the whole spread, and that's not what we want here. I like the new beginning energy here with the World, the new cycle, even though it is December 1st rather than January 1st. We're getting a head start. You do have the Hierophant reversed, and this one talks about tradition. But this is almost an energy, you know, when you come out of something like a heartbreak, it's an energy of, you know, you go through the whole stages of grief if you break up with someone, and you can get stuck in that anger stage, and then, you know, you kind of want to lash out or rebel or say things to authority figures, and you don't want to do that with the Hierophant reversed. You know, the nail that sticks out gets hammered down. I think if you are in any sort of negative energy or angry, or you want to say something, just don't. Now is not the time for it, Gemini, this December 2022. I think it's much better as we go into a whole new beginning energy. I almost want to say after betrayal, our Ten of Swords being the betrayal card, but reversed, it's much better. You know, you're getting up, you're starting over, and that's really the energy I have here overall. Here comes Small to visit, so we're going to give him a little brush and send him on his way. But so with your Ten of Swords reversed, you know, that's the energy of starting again, trying again, moving on almost. We got a whole new beginning here. So that's a real good energy. Oh, you like your brush tonight. Typically he does. Oh, there he goes. Yeah, he doesn't like to be brushed. Look at him. Oh, he's just really desperate to be in the middle of the reading. Let me pick him up, and then we'll continue on with our Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so the Knight of Pentacles is a really good energy. He is the one knight that moves slow, so he's very cautious, you know, but not cautious in a boring sort of way, reflecting back to our Patience card, our Seven of Pentacles. You know, it's like, oh my God, I put in all this work and I have very little to show for it. Cautious in the way of, you know, we're not going to jump into anything. We're not going to do anything impulsive. Excuse me one second. So we're not going to jump into anything. We're not going to do anything impulsive. You know, we're not going to say the wrong things to people. We're just going to kind of lay low and be very careful and very cautious, which is a good thing to do, so that this time we make the right moves rather than jumping into things and potentially getting heartbroken or disappointed in some other way. And next to that, we do have the Emperor. So the Emperor, you know, it's fatherhood energy, but it's also energy of control. He's very self-controlled, and I never like to see, I don't say never, but I usually do not like to see the Emperor in love readings. He is very good for foundation, for building wealth even, for building money, going to work, focusing on logical, worldly things. But in relationships, he can be a little bit controlling, so I don't like that. Can also talk about issues from your father, or issues, you know, involving children, and just things getting in the way of relationships like that. So I don't know, it's not my favorite to see in a love read, but the Emperor in general is a good guy. He's the King of Kings. He's just he's all logic and kind of cold, you know. Aries energy, I do have the star right next to that, the Aquarius card, maybe dealing with either an Aries or an Aquarius. Aquarius, the star is one of the best cards in the deck. It's really hopeful, it's inspirational, it's where you take that action from, you know, something you're inspired to do, and it goes really, really well. Not just jumping into something without that caution that we're talking about. You're still being logical, you know, you're still being logical, being cautious, and moving at the right time. The whole idea of luck really being a combination of preparation and that opportunity arriving, and you're just prepared, so you can just jump right into it slowly but confidently at the same time. So the star is really, really good energy, and that's here in our 9th position, our key position, the only card that touches my outcome card, which is the 6 of Pentacles reversed. I think that it seems to me that a lot of you Geminis may be going through something where you're feeling with this 10 of Swords, and also reflecting back to the 3 of Swords reversed. Luckily, they're both reversed and in good positions, so it's not there anymore, but you remember it. And I think you do remember that energy of possibly feeling manipulated, you know, taken advantage of. Things were unbalanced, things were unfair, you know, and that's why there was conflict. And, you know, there's conflict when someone thinks things are unfair, like, hey, I'm giving too much. No, I'm giving too much. And then you just you know, it falls apart and someone feels manipulated in the aftermath. Maybe everyone does. So it's, you know, all about giving and taking. The Six of Pentacles is really interesting. You know, you have, I'm going to turn it up right in case you guys can see it if you're not familiar with it, which you probably are if you're here watching tarot on YouTube. You know, you've got this guy with all the pentacles, all the money, and he's giving to these beggars here. And it really depends how you look at it. You know, maybe he's the sucker. They don't even do any work, and he's just like, here, have some money. Or, you know, who's manipulating who? What's going on here? And it is reversed, so it does speak to manipulation. It just talks about what is really going on here. And I think that really brings us to a good point. I think that at any time you can kind of change your story and go, you know, I'm not going to look at it as I was betrayed or heartbroken or this happened or whatever. Maybe someone didn't want to offer a commitment with the Hierophant reversed. I'm going to look at it a different way. I'm going to look at it a hopeful way so that things are good for my future when I go forward. I'm going to kind of reframe that without actually lying to myself about the reality of situations. So I just think this is a really good moving on spread. Doesn't mean you have to be. There certainly is communication here. So if you're looking to solve a problem in a relationship, if you're looking for continued dating of someone new or even someone new coming in, you do have the Page of Wands. And if you're looking to reconnect with someone, there's probably a message coming in as well as good news about career, which is typically what the Page of Wands is. I would also say if this is representing the actual person that's coming in, keep in mind he's a page, so he's a little more of an immature energy. So just, you know, I think it's important to know who you're dealing with. And I think that's actually well balanced with the Emperor. He's just too mature. You know, I think the Knight of Pentacles is good. You know, even though he's young isn't necessarily a bad thing. You know, knights are younger, pages are younger. He's the cautious one. He's the careful one. He's the responsible one of all the knights, okay? And he's also speaking to the coming of a matter that has to do with money. And it's good news. So, you know, hang in there for that relationship, for that message, for that money. It's all coming. Again, you have the World card. So it's a whole new cycle, Gemini, December 1st, 2022. So I'm going to get into the individual signs so we can clarify some things. You know, love life, if you're dealing with an Aries all the way through Pisces, and just kind of see what we come up with. I have my Hidden Truth Oracle as well as my Romance Angel cards to clarify some things. So Justice wanted to come out there in the Aries-Gemini connection. You may very well be dealing with an Aries with the Emperor here in our spread. What do you see between Gemini and Aries? All the way Aries through Pisces, December 2022. All right, let's see. Okay, let's see what we got, guys. All right, if you're dealing with an Aries, I have the Chariot, and I also have the Sun reversed. So I'm hearing no. When you have the Sun reversed, it's typically a no, the way the old-fashioned readers, like way back in the day, 200 years ago, whatever it was, you know, when tarot was getting going, I think it is. Don't quote me on that. When you see the Sun reversed, it's a no. If you're asking a yes or no question, when the Sun is upright, it's a yes. We do have the Chariot, though, so something is moving forward in this connection, but not all the way is kind of what I'm hearing. We do have forward movement between the Aries and the Gemini at this time. Your Hidden Truth, I'm going to pull one of those and see what your person would like to say to you if you are dealing with an Aries. Okay, so we have, it's time for me to heal now. So that actually makes sense. So it's like, oh, you know, the big question, are they going to contact me? Is my person going to reach out? You know, it's time to heal now in December of 2022. I think there's still maybe a message or something at the end of the month. But initially, as we start out, yes, we're moving forward, but it is a no for, you know, the near future. Give it a few weeks, okay? If you are dealing with a Taurus, I do have the King of Wands reversed and also the Ten of Wands. Okay, so with the Ten of Wands, one of the cards I've meditated on recently, used to pull out a whole lot in our 10th month, October. And so, you know, the Ten of Wands is usually perceived as a very complicated, negative card. It's just too heavy. There's too many wands. It's burdensome energy. You can set those down at any time, but more important is the castle in the background. And you can see it a little better here in the Tarot Illuminati. You probably can't see it because these are really small cards. but I take that as the goal. The goal is in sight with the Ten of Wands. You're almost done. You're almost there. Don't give up now. And you also have the King of Wands reversed. The King of Wands reversed is a very arrogant, entitled person. So you may be dealing with someone like that, and they're probably not too clever about their manipulation or their attempt at it either. But I feel something changing there in that connection where that is going to, come to an end. I'm going to do Romance Angel card for that one. If you're dealing with a Taurus, Gemini dealing with a Taurus, I'm going to say the goal is in sight. The goal is in sight, whatever that is. I see it. I know it's been heavy and you've been waiting a long time, patiently putting in the work. You're going to get, your reward. I do have soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. So possibly you've been patient with this person if they have, in fact, been entitled or arrogant and that sort of energy. And I think they're about to see clear that's, they should be treating you a little better, and I'm sure that you've done something to bring that about. People don't just change and go, oh, let me just stop being, mean with someone. But anyways, enough of that. So if you are a Gemini dealing with another Gemini, you do have the Nine of Wands as well as the Three of Wands, so that's excellent. A little bit guarded, but definitely a couple people who are good to each other, and so the ships are coming in, things are going to move forward, and it's not even a thing we have to worry about it. The Nine of Wands is typically, it's the wounded warrior. It's someone who's been hurt before, so they tend to worry in a connection, and to the point they stress themselves out and they get migraines and things of that nature, but they really don't have to with the Three of Wands. And I think that they've learned that, or are beginning to learn that in the Gemini connection. I'm also going to do Romance Angel for that one. Let's see what we get. Okay, so past life relationship, you have known each other before. So that looks really cool. That's like a really strong connection if you're a Gemini dealing with a Gemini. I like that. We also have Gemini if you're dealing with a Cancer. I do have the Empress, and I have the Six of Pentacles reversed. So interesting. That reflects back to our outcome card. I do still see this connection being productive. The Empress is all about productivity here in combination with our Six of Pentacles reversed. But again, equal give and take is very important in this connection. We're going to go with this deck here to clarify a little bit. So yes, it's going to be productive. We need to kind of get past that stage where it feels unbalanced is what I'm getting. If you're a Gemini dealing with a Cancer, what your person would like to say to you. All right. You came closer than anyone. Let's pull another card. That doesn't make any sense to me. Closer to what? Two of Pentacles. Okay, to having that balance with me. Okay, so I think we're headed in a good direction and will be productive in time. With the Empress is a 3. The 3s in the deck are always about success, but in time. It's not tomorrow. Just like the Empress, she's the mother. She becomes pregnant. She doesn't have the baby the next day. It's 9 months. We gotta wait. We gotta wait for that to grow. So in time, you were the person who was closest. In time, we're gonna get on the same page if you're dealing with a Cancer. If you are a Gemini dealing with a Leo, we do have the Princess of Cups and the Prince of Wands. Okay, very nice. So the Prince of Wands is kind of like the Knight of Wands and also the Princess of Cups. The Princess of Cups is like the Page of Cups. So you absolutely will hear from your person if you're in separation, you're dealing with a Leo. We do have the Prince of Wands is like the Knight of Wands, and so he kind of gets a bad rap. He's like the player of the deck, but he's really not when he's upright. He's someone who, he's fast. He gets ideas, he rushes in, he knows what he wants, he's confident, we're doing the thing, that's it. Here you go. I'm calling you, I'm offering you something, let's go. So really good energy there with the Leo, with the impatience and stuff and whatnot here as an issue, a stumbling block. You don't have that there in the connection with Leo. I'm going to go with the Romance Angels with that one. See what we say. Okay, Gemini dealing with a Leo. What do we have for you? I have healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Okay, so maybe we're moving forward because we've done some work. For some reason, I'm focused on reframing, probably because of my necklace. This is an onyx, and it just talks about seeing things in a different way. And so if you see something in a different way, it automatically is going to change because you're going to interact with it differently. And I think that's what's going on in the Leo connection. Maybe you're looking at your family in a different way, and that's helpful going forward in relationship. So Gemini, if you are dealing with a Virgo, I do have the High Priestess and I do have the Nine of Pentacles. Very, very good energy. Wow, actually. I don't think you have any problems if you're a Gemini dealing with a Virgo with these cards. So I think this is true love here. You know, the High Priestess is the woman that all men dream of, or vice versa. There's no gender in tarot. And the Nine of Pentacles is, you know, an independent woman. She's confident. She's there in her garden. She even has the falcon here in this deck. And the falcon really is the key to that card, even though a lot of readers don't focus on it. For some reason, my mind is going to the snail. I don't know if there's actually a snail here. Probably not in this one. In the Rider-Waite deck, the classic deck, there's actually a snail, which indicates there's something nearby rotten, but we don't need to worry about that. And it wasn't showing up here anyways. I don't know why I get off on that. Just because of the fact that it's such an amazing combination here. Someone's in love, and it's probably mutual. If you're dealing with a Virgo, if you're not speaking or you're having problems, let's see what's really going on behind the scenes. Because like I was saying, I know a lot of people come to these readings, you know, when they're in separation or they have some sort of problem in the relationship. I know with Gemini and Virgo, we're both ruled by Mercury, and we don't always see things the same way. We analyze things in a very different manner. We need to let each other go. Yeah, see, I don't get it. So we need to let each other go. Yeah, I don't think so. I think someone's in love here, so why would you let the person go? Now, granted, if they are manipulating you and not treating you the way that you should be treated, yeah, let them go. They'll figure it out and come back around, because there's love there. There's secrets. Nothing bad though. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Okay, so that's probably the issue. We need to let each other go. We're not right for each other. Maybe we come from different backgrounds. It just doesn't seem like we have things in common, but we're in love. I'm in love with you. Hang in there. I think you guys will figure it out. Okay, and if you have let the other person go, no one's going anywhere in the Gemini-Virgo connection. If you are a Gemini dealing with a Libra, we do have the Hanged Man and the Knight of Swords, the King of Swords reversed. Okay, so the fact that I said Knight of Swords reversed, Knight of Swords, he's the one who runs away. He's the runner. We can get into the whole twin flame thing, the runner and the chaser, and I don't get into all that, but you know, but because it's all the same. It just some people call it twin flame, some people call it, you know, anxious avoidant, you know, whatever it is. So, anyways, there may be someone in this connection here between the Gemini and the Libra that is running away from the connection for now. For now, this King of Swords, okay, it's really the King of Swords here. He doesn't want to communicate. He doesn't want to be told what to do. He's telling me. He doesn't. If you try to tell him what to do, he'll go and do the opposite, just to show you that you don't control me. You're not in control here. So reflecting back to the Emperor, I think there's a control issue with the Gemini-Libra combination, and we do have the Hanged Man. I think that there's your solution there. If this is going to work, someone needs to change. They need to kind of sacrifice the way that they are, the stubborn is what I'm hearing, way that they are, and change and compromise with this person. And it's not all one person's way, you know, and some people run away from that. It's like, nope, we're doing it my way or we're not doing it. I don't know. Let's go ahead and pull a hidden truth and see if that clarifies anything. I just think there's definitely a temporary separation here with the Libra and the Gemini. It could be permanent if there's no change. There cannot be too much one-sidedness, too much control. And I think this whole spread really does speak to giving and taking. You know, like I'm saying with that Six of Pentacles reverse, there is the outcome. I do see, I know I messed everything up. Okay, so that actually makes a lot of sense. The King of Swords, he doesn't want to be told what to do. He's not going to communicate if he's not enjoying the conversation. He doesn't like a whole lot of conversations that are unnecessary. Let's just have the relationship. We don't need to talk about it every 5 minutes. So I know I messed everything up. The person who's running away, I think, is realizing this. You know what? I'm the one to blame. I messed everything up. Okay, so what are you going to do about it? Most likely going to reach out with that Page of Wands. Right here, I do have calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So I think, you know, if you're thinking positive, you're in separation, you want your person back, I think that actually is going to help. As weird as that sounds, that does help. It's not going to help anything to think negative, like, oh my God, they're never coming back. You know, we don't know. The truth is, nobody really knows. Nobody really knows. It depends on circumstances out in the world and how people let those circumstances affect them. So we have Gemini and Scorpio moving right along. You're a Gemini dealing with a Scorpio. I do have the Hierophant and I have the Alchemist, which is like the magician. Wow. Okay, so I can see someone making this a permanent connection. The Hierophant is marriage, commitment, serious stuff. You have everything you need between the two of you to pull this together and really make it something. Just to be fair, I'm going to go ahead and pull one of these. I don't think we need to with that combination. Really good, Gemini, Scorpio, Gemini, Virgo, going back to that. Just really good stuff there. Okay, so I don't react when people mention you. Okay, so, you know, I don't take it that way, like being in separation and things like that. They could. I mean, I could see, you know, Scorpios being kind of secretive and keeping that to themselves, or even Geminis, you know, putting on a face like, you know what, I don't care. I'm not heartbroken. Everything's fine. I'm focused on my work, you know, whatever it is, you know, that people do. I think, it's more of a privacy thing, Scorpio, with that secretiveness. And even Geminis learn in time to keep their business to themselves a little bit more. And, you know, I don't react, yeah, they're doing fine, this sort of thing, you know. I think it's a great combination. And I do think you're moving towards a serious commitment there if you are dealing with a Scorpio. Gemini, if you're dealing with a Sagittarius, I have the Four of Cups reversed and also the Ten of Swords. It's really ugly in this Tarot Illuminati deck. So Ten of Swords looks like this. We had it reversed in our spread. I do think there's some movement here. I think there is a coming together, a coming back together of these two signs, Gemini and Sagittarius. However, someone is breaking their own heart here. Someone is betraying themselves, and someone is not getting over a betrayal that happened between the two of these individuals. I think there can be movement with the Four of Cups reversed. I think there's interest there to maybe try to take those first steps to talk and sort things out. That's what I have. I'll go over here again, the hidden truth. Let us see. Nine Sagittarius. What does your person want to say to you? Finding out the truth crushed me. Okay, so I think someone in this connection here is really hurt and they still feel betrayed. They may feel manipulated. So I think it's going to take a little bit of time, you know, but I just don't see that at a permanent ending. There are people that just shut you out forever and that's it. I don't really get that here. You know, I think Gemini and Sagittarius are probably both pretty forgiving people in general. So moving right along to Gemini and Capricorn. If you're a Gemini dealing with a Capricorn, ooh, you have the Five of Swords, good Lord. And you also have the Ten of Pentacles reversed. So I get a really heavy energy from this, to the point where in the relationship, if it hasn't already happened, or we're in that energy now, if you guys haven't split, probably was the sort of situation where people are just saying mean things. Oh my God. And you know, some people, I'm not going to say Geminis, because it could be any sign, but you know, as a Gemini, Geminis are very, when we get into the love languages, we like our words of affirmation, but at the same time, we're smart enough to know that talk is cheap. So we have other love languages that communicate to us that we feel loved and that we really are loved. However, if you take words and you say something mean to Gemini where they feel humiliated, the Five of Swords is the humiliation card. I hate the Five of Swords. It's the worst card ever. This guy, though, in the Tarot Illuminati, at least he's kind of cute, but it doesn't matter. I don't. Five of Swords sucks. Okay, humiliation card. You can't be in a relationship with someone and say things that are going to make them feel humiliated, particularly people who value words. You know, and so that just puts a really heavy energy, a Ten of Pentacles reverse energy. And it could be that there's a lot of outside stress with the Ten of Pentacles. We often have a situation where someone is taking care of their family and it's just really putting a heavy energy. Maybe the parents had to move in, they're old, they need help, whatever it is, just putting a heavy energy on the situation and people are not speaking nicely to each other. Capricorn ice. Capricorns can really ice you out. let me just see what we have here. Okay, so people need to stop saying mean things, and other people need to kind of understand the stress of the situation can cause that sometimes if they want this connection to work. I do see I am not available. Like I was saying, that Capricorn ice, that's the feeling I'm getting from that. It's like I'm not available. That's why I say these nasty things to you. Like, you know, I don't know. I'm thinking not right now. If you're a Gemini dealing with a Capricorn, my God. Yeah, don't like the Five of Swords. I'm sorry, guys. Not right now. Doesn't mean later. Gemini, Aquarius. If you're Gemini dealing with an Aquarius, so we have the Prince of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. Great. So we're going from a Prince to a King. Like I was saying, the Prince of Pentacles in this deck is like the Knight of Pentacles. He's the best. Okay. He moves slow. He's cautious. He's careful. The King of Pentacles is the king that is likely to keep his friends a very long time. Oh, I've known him 30 years. Or they don't let go of people. I don't mean that in a bad way, like, oh, I can't let go. Just like, you know what? I know that person's valuable. I'm keeping them. I'm in touch. I have good relationships with people from all my history so that I can reach out to people for various things, making money. The Pentacles, of course, is all about money. So if you are a Gemini dealing with an Aquarius, we have someone who's maturing is what I'm getting. You have a prince or a knight becoming a king, you know. Good energy there. I think that people are understanding things in that connection. If you're apart, definitely understanding things you weren't understanding when you were together. And I do see that communication, obviously, with the Page of Wands as we started out. Most of you will get communication in December. I hide behind material things. Okay, so that makes perfect sense. It's like, you know what? I'm going to put on a show. I am the Prince or the Knight of Pentacles. I am the King of Pentacles. Look at me. I obviously am successful, you know, and you put on that show like everything's good, everything's okay. But these are really good energies and a sense of maturing here with that combination if you're dealing with an Aquarius. And Gemini, if you're dealing with a Pisces this December 2022, I do have the Nine of Swords and the Hermit. So the first thing that stands out to me is these are both 9 cards. So we're coming to the end. We're completing a cycle, you know, like the world here, completing a cycle. You know, those are great cards. I think there's a lot of anxiety here for some reason, overthinking, probably on the Gemini's part, air signs, you know, could go either way though. And the Hermit, taking time for yourself. You're probably in separation, hermiting a little bit, but I think that, you know, the lantern is lit. We sought our wisdom.